characters, right? And so one thing that we can do here is leverage some of the AI tools that are inherent in Alteryx now. And, as of 25.2, 26.1, just version 25 and above, you guys get access to these AI tools. And here I can bring in this LLM override, which is the way that you connect to these large language models. And I could say, hey, I want to use, Google Vertex, and I want to use Gemini, my boy Gems, shout out to my boy Gems. And I want to use Gemini to basically standardize this customer information here, right? And so going back to my customer information, it's connecting to my large language model here. But I want to basically standardize these customer names, right? Just to make sure that, hey, I don't want to be bringing in junk characters. I don't want any duplication of naming conventions. And so in my Gen AI tools, in my AI tools kit here, I can bring in this precision match tool. And so this precision match tool is pretty awesome because I can feed data into it. And I'll show you what this looks like in a jiffy here. Yeah, perfect. So let's zoom in so you guys can see exactly what's going on here. And I'm going to hide Copilot after this connection is done. So let's go ahead and hide Copilot. Right, in this case, right, I can say, hey, let me accept the terms and conditions. This is very important. You got to accept those terms and conditions if you want to use any of these AI tools, obviously. But then I can say, hey, let's bring in this customer name field that I'm dragging in from my customer names over here. And what I want to do from here is I want to standardize this customer name. And then we're going to call this maybe celebrity name here, right? We'll call it celebrity name as the new column. And we're going to append that column as a new column instead. And that's what this tool does. So it takes your standard fuzzy matching capabilities, and it uses the AI to basically augment and enhance fuzzy matching, right? Before, I used to have to come up with these algorithms. I used to bang my head against the table very angrily when I couldn't figure it out. But now, right, we have these tools that are capable of doing a lot of this stuff. And this is where AI is very important, right? Kind of, using AI where it needs to be used and where you see fit. Actually, what's going on here? Let's see, no incoming metadata. All right, we got to run the tool. And then let's put some browse here just to see what's going on here. And so let's take a look. I'm going to run the tool. And now that should then feed that data in. The large language model connection, it's now going into this precision match tool. I'm feeding in my customer data into this D anchor. If you had a reference list of customer names that you wanted to use, or any kind of list, right? This could be company names, parent companies and subsidiaries, branding, all sorts of stuff. You can do that there. But look at that, right? Now let's take a look at the browse window, and I'll show you what it did for my little Beyonce there. Shout outs to Queen Beyonce. You see that my junk character is now replaced. And if I kind of went through, it'll probably have standardized everything in here. So think about how many times you would have to kind of go do this if you're doing any kind of fuzzy matching algorithms and exercises, all that kind of good stuff. And, just wow, right? Just wow. Every time I see this tool, I'm always amazed. Every time I see the workflow assistant, I'm always amazed. But this is how you can start, employing AI into your cycles here, into your workflow builds, and just making that workflow building process a lot faster, a lot cleaner, and taking a lot of the heavy lifting out of some of the harder tasks and more complex tasks within workflow building. So that's